If you're still shopping for the New York sports fan in your family, give the gift that keeps on giving. A Giant win versus the Cowboys and a Packer loss at Tampa would extend the Giants season into the playoffs. Written off after 7 consecutive losses, they have rebounded with 5 straight wins. It's throwback season in the NFL. 1994 football Giants meet the 51 baseball Giants. A moon landing in '69. How about Joe Willie's Jets, Seaver's Mets, and Willis Reed's Knicks? Anyone could emerge and make their pitch for immortality. Just ask Bucky or Mookie.
Behind the bag, it gets through Buckner.
Looking for a Christmas Eve miracle to remember? First, the Davids will have to slay Goliath. The Giants haven't beaten the 2-time defending champions in 3 years. As for the game in Tampa, all they can do is pray for help.
Santa, I really hope I get my wish this year.
Kid, you ain't the only one. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, as the Dallas Cowboys face the New York Giants. And for the Giants, who are healthy, the task is simply they have to win, and Green Bay has to lose to Tampa Bay down in Tampa. I'm Pat Summerall. The situation with the Cowboys, they don't need a win. They have the bye next week. John Madden, what do you think the situation is as far as who's going to play for the Cowboys and who is not?
Well, I think that Barry Switzer has decided that he's going to rest his players. He's not going to play Troy Aikman. He's not going to play Michael Irvin. Emmett Smith isn't even dressed. And I think, as he said last night, he said he'd rather have a healthy machine going into the playoffs and oil it up later than have an unhealthy machine going into the playoffs. But they still want to win the game today. I think Rodney Peete has to come up big, their defense and special teams.
And, of course, the pressure's on the Giants. They have to win. Do you think they have a chance?
Well, you know, they got blown out the last time they played, but I think they have more of a chance here for a number of reasons. One, they won 5 in a row. Dave Brown has confidence. I think they've done an outstanding job of coaching. This is a different team. And I think that, you know, they'll run the ball. They'll play action. Their defense has to come up big. Their special teams. And then the other thing, I think they have a big advantage playing in this stadium, in this weather, with this wind, because this is hitting weather.
And coming up, it's the Giants and the Cowboys from Giant Stadium. John and I'll be back for the opening kickoff when Fox NFL Sunday continues after these messages from your local station. The Cowboys won the toss, and they'll receive. Brad Daluiso to kick off to Kenny Gant and Kevin Williams. The weather is not nearly as bad as what had been forecast. Daluiso's kick sails to Kevin Williams, and he'll stay in the end zone. And let's have a look at who starts at quarterback. It's going to be number 8.
Well, he told you in the pregame warm-up that he wanted to play the first half. They said that he wasn't going to play. They said he and Michael Irvin weren't going to play. But on this first play, there's Troy Aikman going in there and Michael Irvin.
And Michael Irvin. So the Cowboys have it 1st and 10 from the 20.
I think Troy Aikman talked Barry Switzer into something
You
here.
got the feeling when we talked with the coach last night, he didn't really want Troy to play. But Troy, as you said, told me he wanted to play the first half. Darrell Johnson gets the carry. Emmett Smith is inactive, so we won't see number 22. Carlton Bailey made the stop. And let's look at the Cowboy lineups now. Troy Aikman starts at quarterback. In front of him, Tuinei, Newton, Stepnoski, Derek Kennard, and Larry Allen. And the ball handlers, Blair Thomas starting at tailback, number 32, Darrell Johnston. Irvin and Harper and Novacek, the 3 receivers. 2nd and 9. Johnston in motion. Aikman, Novacek. That'll bring up a 3rd and short. Jarvis Williams knocked him out of bounds with Carlton Bailey. Here's the Giant defensive unit. The four up front: Strahan, Howard, Fox, and Hamilton. The three linebackers: Brooks, Bailey, and Miller. Randolph and Sparks, the corners. Booty and Williams, the safety men. Third, they need two for a first. Two tight ends for Dallas. Aikman will throw it. Aikman was hit just as he let it go by Mike Fox.
Wait, and Mike Fox hit him, Pat, and that ball comes out straight up in the air. Watch Mike Fox. He's number 93. He's going to break through right there, and he hits Aikman just as he starts to throw the ball. And watch the ball as it comes out. It just goes straight up in the air. Well, that could have been a turnover there if there were any Giant close to that one. Big play for the Giant defense. Giants playing in their throwback uniforms. The Cowboys in their new uniforms. John Jett. Dave Meggett back deep. Says get away from it. And the ball is down by the Cowboys at the 31-yard line. Dave Thomas downed it. The Giant offense will be led by number 17, Dave Brown. You can see him gaining confidence every week. In fact, last week against the Eagles, his top production day of all time for him as a pro. Elliott, Roberts, Williams, Smith, and Riesenberg in front, with Brown in the backfield. Hampton, Aaron Pierce, Mike Sherrard, Chris Callaway, and Howard Cross. Two tight ends, or one tight end and an H-back. Quick count, Hampton. Hit by Dixon Edwards. The Dallas defense, so very quick. The front four: Haley, Lett, Maryland, and Tolbert. Darren Smith, Robert Jones, and Dixon Edwards, the three linebackers. Larry Brown back at one corner, Kevin Smith at the other. Washington and Woodson, the two safeties. 11 Pro Bowlers on this Cowboy squad. 2nd and 5. Hampton, the lone setback. Aaron Pierce in motion. Brown to Hampton. Not much. Maybe a yard. Robert Jones, the first to make the hit. Darren Smith with an assist. It's one of the things the Giants wanted to do today, Pat, is to go slot. And by putting both receivers on the same side, that gets a strong safety, Darren Woodson, out there. See, they get Woodson here, and they get James Washington here. So they put the two safeties out there by going slot, and they think that that gives them a better chance to run because the safeties can't get involved in it.
3rd and 3. Brown to throw it. Wheels it in the direction of Aaron Pierce. And that's just not a very good throw.
And of course, they don't want to rely. I mean, they hate to have to rely on those 3rd down passes. I mean, they would like to get into 3rd and short so they can run it, and they don't like to leave themselves 3rd and anything more than 2 yards. That has been a tough thing for this Giant team.
Horan back deep to punt, the left-footed kicker. Kevin Williams deep for Dallas. Got it out of there. Williams says get away from it. Now he gathers it in himself and gets out of bounds at about the 22-yard line, where Dallas will take over with their 2nd possession, and Aikman will return at quarterback.
Get it moving. And the silver bullet has the taste to keep it moving. Coors Light. Naturally brewed for a taste that goes down easy. Coors Light. Keep on moving.
If your parents can't afford $30,000 for college, ask your uncle. The Montgomery GI Bill plus the Army College Fund. $30,000 for college. Call your recruiter to find out how to qualify. Looking for a smart way to earn up to $30,000 for college? Call 1-800-USA-ARMY and ask how to qualify for the Montgomery GI Bill plus the Army College Fund. $30,000 for college.
The critics are calling Disclosure a sizzling, sexy powder cake. Sensational, 4 stars. Fantastic, a complete winner. A sexy, suspenseful thriller. Michael Douglas, Demi Moore. Disclosure, rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
Fox NFL Saturday is brought to you by Coors Light. Naturally brewed, reach for the silver bullet, the pure taste of the Rockies. By McDonald's, the official restaurant of the National Football League. By DirecTV, introducing personalized TV. And by Warner Brothers' new motion picture, Disclosure. Now playing.
For the Giants to get into the playoffs, Green Bay has to lose against Tampa. This is the first touchdown of that game in Tampa Bay. Edgar Bennett with a Packer touchdown. So the Packers have broken on top. And if they win, the Giants are out. But that's not the important factor right now. 1st and 10 Cowboys at their own 22. Blair Thomas, the ex-Jet, ex-Patriot, ex-Penn State All-America.
You know, we were talking to Nate Newton last night. He was saying how the offensive line would just like to take it and just pound the ball. You know, just go there and run. They think that if there's anything they've gotten away from this year, even when Emmitt Smith was playing, is just running and just let the offensive line take off and man-to-man and pound. He said if there's anything different in the Cowboy offense this year, that's been the big thing.
Outside the 30, short of a first down by about 1.5 yards. Michael Brooks made the stop.
Hey, I was really surprised to see Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin go out there because, you know, last night talking to him, if it was raining, Barry Switzer said he wouldn't play and Troy said he wouldn't play, and it rained this morning, and then I guess just the game time it dried up and they decided, what the heck, he told you he wanted to play a half, so let's go.
And he's playing. 3rd and short. Blair Thomas. Close. And he should have it. He was saying after his first, well, let's look at it again.
Now he's going to take off and just run right in here. Here's big Derek Kennard, big Larry Allen, Stepnoski to center. Get right in behind that group. Then they get him a pretty good lane, and all you have to do in short yardage is find a soft spot, and Blair Thomas found that.
That's A.G. in motion, and Darrell Johnson, the deep back. Aikman drops it out to him. And the Moose gets outside the 35, about the 36, stopped by Thomas Randolph.
Yeah, with Emmitt Smith out of there, they're talking about playing Darrell Johnston some as a tailback, and that's what they did on that play. They threw him the swing pass. Darrell Johnston, the Moose, was saying, well, one thing I know they're not going to do is they're not going to run me on a draw. Because he does all those things that you don't see all the time.
That's
like,
right.
You know, making the tough blocks, the blitz pickups, and all those things that make it possible for the other guys.
Blair Thomas is back in. Here's Aikman back to throw it. Intended for Alvin Harper. Broken up by Sparks.
You know what Aikman says? He says you always have to have your feet ready to throw. And he didn't have his feet ready to throw. Now, when he doesn't have his feet ready to throw, this happens at the other end. And the cornerbacks are really getting a jump. You see how that right foot slipped a little? Mm-hmm. And then by the time he was bringing that ball up, and that's why he got the wobble on it. He says all good passes for him start with his feet. And that one started bad with his feet.
3 wide receivers. Aikman back to throw it. Protection's good. The pass is complete to Novacek. First down in Giant territory. Tito Wooten brought Novacek down.
Yeah, it's interesting. Dan Reeves was saying yesterday about the guys that he worries about. And he mentioned these two guys here, Jay Novacek, number 84, their tight end, and Darrell Johnston. He said those are the guys that get the first downs that you better stop. And they're tough to stop. And that, you know, and when Troy Aikman really gets into sync and in a rhythm, those two guys are a big part of that rhythm.
Here's Blair Thomas. Another Cowboy first down. Stopped by Booty and Jarvis Williams, the two safety men. Good hold.
You're going to see here again, it's just I formation. Just take off, hand the ball, and just pick a hole. This is what the Cowboys do well. Just get a man on a man, a body on a body, and let that back pick a hole. Because other than Stepnoski, number 53, the center, those bodies are so big, you're going to find a little crack in there somewhere.
He had said against New Orleans he was in too big a hurry to pick that hole. He had to take his time. Here's Thomas again. Taken down by Booty.
I think Blair Thomas should have stayed outside or stayed inside that time. There's nothing outside. But look at that 1990 draft, Pat, and these were the first-round running backs taken. The Jet took Blair Thomas with the second pick of the draft. Jeff George was the first pick that year. And then Emmitt Smith was the 17th back taken. 17th round, I mean. Second back taken.
And by all standards, Emmitt Smith by far the best one of that bunch. Here's Aikman. Has to come out of there. He's got some room. And Aikman is to the 25. First down.
I don't think he wants to do much of that today.
No. He's wearing a knee brace, which in the beginning was very uncomfortable for him, but now is better.
Here you know they just lost his contain. You see on the left side they run a stunt and they get caught inside. So when Aikman looks, he didn't have anything open. He was getting pressure, but because of that stunt, they stunted themselves right out of any containment.
Good block by Blair Thomas to open up that left side.
I think when Troy Aikman runs, they all want to block good.
Yeah. That's Blair Thomas. Nudges it right to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Keith Hamilton and Mike Fox stop him.
What happened to Kennard? Did you see him? He was going backward. Someone was pushing him backward. Blair Thomas ends up going backward. Well, watch Kennard. I don't know how he gets back in here, and he ends up on Larry Allen back here, and there's a big old pile of about 800-pound a guy right in there. Watch number 60. He's Kennard, the right guard. He gets stood up. And then he gets pushed right back. Now watch him go down. He goes down on his guy Larry Allen. There's a whole bunch of beef in that hole.
I'll tell you. AG in motion. Johnston's a deep back. And Aikman back to throw it. Lofts it out to Darrell Johnston again. And no gain. Marcus Buckley and Jesse Armstead.
You notice how every stadium in this country now, when Darrell Johnston does anything, they give that moose call. The opponent players hate it. The home players hate it. The Giants were saying yesterday that, you know, that's okay. Do that in Dallas, but don't give them that moose stuff down here in the Meadowlands.
Well, it's everywhere, as you say.
I know it, and every opponent hates it when they do it in their stadium.
Third down. About 13. Aikman on the reverse to Kevin Williams. Kevin Williams down to the 20. Knocked out of bounds by Jarvis Williams.
Cowboys look like they haven't decided whether they're going to go for it on fourth down or they're going to try they're going to try the field goal. Like there were a while there they thought they were going to go for it.
Chris Bonio. Novacek will be the holder. And this kick is going to be from 37 yards away. A tricky win from his right to left as the ball gets up high. And Bonio is good. And Dallas leads the Giants 3-0. 4:42 left in the first. Cowboys 3, the Giants nothing. First quarter.
You can't beat this time of year in New York.
Very festive.
The most festive, I think.
Without question. Boniol, who just hit that 37-yard field goal to kick it off. Meggett and Marshall back deep for the Giants.
A shot of Bill Bates, number 40, one of the best cover guys that ever played this game.
Good kick. Arthur Marshall. Darren Woodson knocked him out of bounds. Not only a Pro Bowl defender, down on special teams as well. 3-0 Dallas.
Don't know why 501 denim feels so much better. Don't know why everybody who wears Levi's 501 jeans seems to stand an inch or two taller. It's kind of a 501 mystery that never unravels.
Control is everything. Once you got it, everything else just falls in place. That's why I use this stuff, Pert Plus.
One smart shampoo, control-enhancing conditioners for hair that's easy to handle.
It just works. My hair does what I want. That's enough for me.
Pert Plus.
No fuss. Get it moving.
Keep on moving. Oh, yeah. Come on. Sing it, sing it. Yeah.
And the Silver Bullet has the taste to keep it moving.
Come on, come on.
Coors Light.
Oh, yeah.
Naturally brewed for a taste that goes down easy.
Sing it, sing it.
Coors Light. Keep on moving.
What's a Leguizamo?
Like a who's what?
I used to know. He's brilliant, he's happy, he's cool.
John Leguizamo stars in House of Buggin' coming in January.
Remember, I'm the one that told you about it first. Okay.
3-0 Dallas at Giants Stadium. The Giants have to win and Green Bay has to lose for the Giants to make the playoff. And the Packers are leading Tampa Bay 7-0 in the first.
So that's a bad start then. That that double dip is the wrong end for both of them.
Yep. Kenyon Rashid in the backfield now with Rodney Hampton. Hampton behind Roberts. Stacked up for no gain. Tony Tolbert. Not in the Pro Bowl, but boy, what a year he's had.
And they played that well. I mean, the Cowboy defensive line outside, they're not a big defensive line. I mean, you look at Tolbert, he's not a big guy. Haley's not a big guy, but they're real fast. Then they got those three fast linebackers in pursuit. And you may get a little hole for a while, but you don't keep it long because of that speed.
2nd down. Brown. Underthrows Mike Sherrard. Right now for McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio.
Hey, Pat, with the Packers up 7-0 already, the defense got into the act as Sean Jones knocks the ball loose from Eric Rett. It's recovered by teammate George Coates of the Green Bay team, and the Packers drive it down to the 1, but then Tampa Bay's defense rises to the challenge. Hardy Nickerson with the stop, and it's still 7-0. Back to Pat and John.
And back here at Giants Stadium, it's 3-0 Dallas. 3rd and 10 for the Giants. Haley from behind with Jim Jeffcoat. Take down Dave Brown.
That's why you don't want to get 3rd and 10, because Jumbo Elliott is going to have a heck of a time. Here's Charles Haley right here. Charles Haley, probably the best pass rusher in football right now as a defensive lineman. Here he just uses speed. He just goes right by Jumbo. Jumbo isn't what he used to be. He has that bad back and stuff and doesn't move like he used to. And if you don't move like you used to, you're not going to be able to block Charles Haley.
He even held him and couldn't keep him away.
Not only couldn't keep him away, didn't even slow him down when he held him.
Helen Williams looking. And the Giants down in a hurry, but the Cowboys take over at their own 46. 3:17 left in the first. Dallas 3-0. How'd you like to make a living covering punts.
Well, tough guys do that. Watch Jesse Armstead. He's 98. 41 is Dave Thomas. Armstead gives him a rip up. Thomas stays with him, and he ends up in a takedown. Now that was a cover and a block on a punt return
and a takedown.
I'll tell you, I think if you want to find out where the toughest guys are that don't play every down, look on kickoff coverage and punt coverage.
They better be, or they won't last very long. Aikman to Blair Thomas. Thomas got just a couple. There's Dan Reeves. I don't know how much you can say about what a great job he's done.
Well, he's trying to do a great job now. The Giant offense is -1 so far, and Dave Brown, has confidence, but he sure doesn't look like he has much confidence thus far. And he was saying that's one of the things that he wanted to do. He wanted to start off good, get his confidence in this game, and get the fans on the Giant side early in the game, and that hasn't happened.
That -1 is -1 total yards. Aikman read the blitz quickly. Gets it out to Tommy Agee. Jarvis Williams also.
This is one of those things where you have a hot receiver. You see Aikman is going to throw. Corey Miller isn't blocked, so he just had to get rid of that ball.
He better be hot and ready. 3rd and 5 at the Giant 49. 3-0 Dallas. Darrell Johnston on the move, and Aikman back to throw it. Aikman rushed and pushed, knocked backwards with the push by Eric Howard.
Eric Howard looked like he could have sacked him, but he thought that Aikman was going to get rid of the ball. Watch, Eric Howard is right here. He's going against Nate Newton there. He just takes an outside shoulder and just powers right through Nate Newton. It looked like with the way he pushed him, he thought that Troy Aikman had already thrown the ball.
Looked like it.
That was a heck of a move. That was a power move over a guy that weighs 330 pounds.
And a push that sent the quarterback reeling. Fine jive kickoff by John Jett. Meggett fields it. Out of bounds at about the 30. Even in weather conditions like this, the rain, the wind, the Christmas season in the Meadowlands,
Merry Christmas.
you can still cook.
Oh yeah, you have to. You still have to eat. In fact, you need more eating.
A little brisket.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got to put that stuff. You have to have stuff that sticks to your ribs around this time of year.
This kind of weather.
Remember that guy? The last time we saw him was out there all by himself with a lot of food.
He gathered some friends this time.
And now he has a lot of people and no food. Before he had a lot of food and no people that time. He gets things backwards. Santa Claus is on his way.
Here's Brown. Swings it to Howard Cross, who breaks one tackle. Charles Haley runs it down. Howard Cross has had some shoulder problems, and he's wearing a harness to keep him from raising his arm too high. You never know it.
Now you can see it there in his left arm. You can see just below his shirt sleeve. You can see the bottom of that harness.
Hampton and Rashid. 2nd and 4. That's Hampton. Hampton, first down, Moore. Knocked out of bounds by Larry Brown.
That's the way you take advantage. Now watch Charles Haley here. The way to take advantage, he's going to make a stunt move to the inside. Now when he does that, you can bounce it right off that area where he left. You see, he's going in there. You see when he gets caught inside there? You see what that hole does? Then the inside guy doesn't get outside, and you attack him and hit him where they stun him.
Hampton again. Rodney Hampton hit his midfield. He has become the first Giant ever to record 4 career 1,000-yard seasons.
And he's been a big part of this success of this Giant team when they have success. The combination of the running game and good defense.
And when you say ever, that's a compliment. That's the end of the first quarter with the score Dallas 3, the Giants nothing.
You a cowboy?
Sorta.
You ride?
Some.
I'll give you 2 pieces of advice, cowboy. Change your oil more often.
And?
Watch out for them blindside blitzes.
Get real.
Logo Athletic, authentic team apparel.
I can't believe you're running a video and you've got the internet going here and a fax.
Did you notice that it's not missing a beat here?
How do you do all this at the same time?
Phone dials and record video.
Right from the desktop?
Database, spreadsheet, communications, the whole thing.
I like how easy it is to go back and forth.
Everything together, around $90.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
OS2 Warp, a totally cool way to run your computer.
At McDonald's, with the purchase of any large sandwich or extra value meal, get Field of Dreams.
If you build it, he will come.
And Back to the Future. Each just $5.99 during McDonald's Holiday Film Fest.
A study presented at a medical conference shows that for the sore muscles occurring the day after a strenuous workout, Advil provides superior relief to extra-strength Tylenol. For next-day soreness, Advil just works better. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Dallas 3, the Giants nothing. Busy Christmas Eve.
Yeah, you can put a ribbon around anything, can't you?
Yep.
You put it around a big old building like that. What if someone's going to get that under their tree?
The ribbon of their building.
No, that building. That's what I want. That one you already got wrapped. Just give me that for
that
Christmas.
building.
Oh, it's all wrapped up.
Yeah. Real estate for Christmas. Rodney Hampton back deep. Here's Dave Brown to throw it. Good time. Incomplete. Mike Sherrard, I believe, was the intended receiver. Right now for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio.
Pat, Green Bay was stopped the last time we showed you this. Not this time. Little fade pattern. Favre to Sharp. Touchdown. Green Bay on top 14-0. 5th consecutive 1,000-yard receiving season for Sterling Sharp. Back to Pat and John.
What a weapon Sterling Sharp is. What a player he is.
And that Brett Favre, when he gets hot, he's hot. He can get cold and be cold, though, too.
3rd and 6. Meggett goes in motion. And Brown back to throw. At time, Sherrard. Mike Sherrard. Touchdown, Giants.
He ran it right up into the stands. He started to run it to the house, ran it right up into the stairs.
49 yards from Brown to Sherrard.
Well, there's a Christmas present.
I'll say you don't have to wrap that one.
It all started with good pass protection, too. Look at Sherrard hits this thing, catches this thing, and shows that he can still run. I mean, he just used his speed and ran right through everyone and said, I'm just going to take it right up there and give it to someone.
Former first-round draft choice by the Cowboys.
He wasn't going to hand that one or throw that one. He was just going to dish it off.
Daniel Iso for the extra point. Graham is the holder, and the Giants take the lead 7-0. A 7-3, I beg your pardon.
Only one combines power and effortless performance like Fred Couples. Only one blends pinpoint control and the ability to read the terrain like Lee Trevino. Only one personifies endurance like Arnold Palmer. Only one can play like this. Seville STS with the North Star system. The great performers are always creating a higher standard.
Your doctor said, what? Listen, if you're a woman and you get heartburn, should you take these, which have aluminum and magnesium, or should you take Tums Ultra with calcium?
A dose of Mylanta regular strength has this much neutralizing power. Regular Maalox this much. But Tums Ultra has more neutralizing power.
And gives you calcium. Something your body needs anyway. If you're not sure, ask your doctor.
Ultra.
We asked some of the hottest guys in town to trade their deodorant for Degree deodorant.
Let's give it a shot.
As your body heat rises, only Degree releases extra protection against odor.
I'm going to stick to Degree. Stuff works.
Degree deodorant for a higher degree of protection.
Not a very interesting piece. Reminiscent of early Doddies.
If he's so smart, why is he using those other batteries?
Now,
You're right, Mom. The museum can be fun.
The Copper Top tops them all.
Fox NFL Saturday is brought to you by Cadillac and your Cadillac dealer, creating a higher standard. By Red Lobster for the seafood lover in you. By Heineken, the #1 selling imported beer. Heineken, just being the best is enough. And by the IBM Corporation.
Let's watch this pass pattern. Here's Mike Sherrard here, and he's going to run a crossing pattern. The closest guy is a middle linebacker, Robert Jones. He catches the ball, runs right by him. But he starts out here. See, they have the two receivers on this one side after motion. There's Sherrard. See him go shallow across, catches the ball right there. Closest guy is Jones. Then he runs right through the rest of the defense.
Ball blew off the tee as Daniel Iso approached it.
Yeah, I said to Jumbo Elliott earlier it had trouble with Charles Haley, and that was going to be a pretty good matchup all day. But on this one, he does pretty well. Here's Jumbo there against Charles Haley. And watch on that touchdown. See, he got him to the outside, and that time just ran him out there and took that right hand and just threw him right to the ground.
Good job.
And that gave Dave Brown time to throw it and kind of throw it sidearm he did.
Daniel Iso got it all. 5 yards deep into the end zone.
Let's watch how Dave Brown throws it. This doesn't come right up over. And in fact, I think he's aiming this a little. See how it comes out sidearm? He's just looking. He just dipped his elbow and threw that thing right out the side door.
Watch Sherrard.
I think they closed his eyes at one point. That was when he felt that strip coming. He gripped that ball so hard as to not be stripped that so much power closed his eyes. Good block, Jumbo.
Aikman is still the quarterback as the Dallas Cowboys take over, and Blair Thomas gets the carry.
You know, Blair Thomas, of course, used to be with the Jets, and then he was with the Patriots. The Patriots cut him this year. Nate Newton was saying that he told him the other night, he said, we have a good offensive line. He said, we can block for you. He said, if you run, you can be a running back in this league. He said, if you don't run, he said, you're going to be on someone's special teams next year.
Yeah, practice squad.
And here's a guy who was the second player chosen in the draft.
They fumble the exchange, and the Giants have it. Michael Brooks made the recovery.
I really feel that the Cowboys offensively haven't been in sync since they played the San Francisco 49ers. And you see this kind of thing here. You see the ball come up, and it didn't look like it got up to Troy's hand. It didn't look like it was sent all the way up to his hand. You see, you want to get it to the top of the hands, and maybe it was, but it just fell out of there. I mean, those things should be so automatic between Mark Stepnoski and Troy Aikman that never happened.
Wonder if that towel hanging down there had anything to do with it.
There was too many towels hanging down there, I think.
Brown gets to Hampton. And Hampton hammers down to about the 21. Stopped by Robert Jones.
Yeah, if you look at the Dallas offense, they had 10 turnovers in their 3 losses, 13 turnovers in their 12 wins, and That's one thing that Barry Switzer was saying. He said, we just have to protect the ball.
That's not something that just happens to Dallas. That happens to anybody who turns it over.
Yeah, but, you know, I think it's magnified because the Cowboys are two-time defending world champions.
Without a doubt. Here's Dave Brown back to throw it. Maybe. Hit by Tolbert. Tony Tolbert around the corner.
He's lucky he didn't get more than hit by Tony Tolbert. I mean, Tolbert really had a shot on him. Tolbert came around Doug Rosenberg and took that loop. And Dave Brown is around for it. Here's Tony Tolbert here. Now he's gonna loop around this side. And Dave Brown, if you watch Dave Brown, he's going to be looking to his right. Then as he turns here comes Tolbert. And I don't know, he must have felt him because he did duck a little before Tolbert hit him.
Meggett is behind Brown this time. And the handoff is to Meggett. And Dave Meggett gets it down to about the 20.
Now there is a tough guy, Dave Meggett.
Boy,
you know, he's one of those guys that you look at him and he talks fast and he runs fast and he moves fast and he's just a fun guy. I mean, there's a lot of life and a lot of spirit in him. And, you know, I mean, he weighs 195 pounds. He's only 5'7", but he is a powerful guy. Did you see how he finished that run off? I mean, that pile went backwards.
And he wasn't able to practice during the week. He's got some ankle problems. One of them operated on already. Now, in this offseason, he has to have chips taken out of the other ankle. Daluiso from 38 yards. And he is good. And the Giants increased their lead to 10-3.
I don't get it. Some guy bets 228 and makes $3 million bucks.
Can you imagine what Willie Mays would be worth today?
Yeah.
No holiday sweepstakes.
Another Heineken, right?
Yeah, please.
No blimp with our name on it. No racing team. None of that is what made Heineken the #1 imported beer in America.
Where's all that money come from?
Ticket prices.
Yeah, I guess.
And all those beer commercials.
100% cotton, wrinkle-free Dockers. Pants so soft, they shrug off wrinkles.
Weather like this can be very challenging, especially if you're driving in it. But it's easier to handle if you have a Cadillac like the new DeVille. You see, only Cadillac gives you the safety advantage of full-range traction control on every car standard. It helps you maintain traction automatically at any speed, on wet roads or icy ones. There is a company that believes everyone who drives their cars deserves the most safety possible. That's my company, Cadillac.
Fox is bringing you the mooniest holiday special ever.
Prepare yourselves for a dynamite performance.
It's a wonderful Tiny Toons Christmas special Sunday.
After the field goal by Daluiso, the Giants lead Dallas 10-3. Santa's in the stands, but he didn't pull his beard all the way up.
Now there's Santa Claus. That other guy was a guy that was trying to dress like Santa Claus to get a break on something, but that wasn't Santa Claus. That other one was Santa Claus, and he's just taking a break before he goes to work tonight.
Oh, I thought somebody was trying to sell him something, and he was trying to get a break on the price.
I think he was.
Could
That's
be.
why he dressed like that, because they let you in, like they let you take the subway free if you're Santa Claus. But that guy wasn't really Santa Claus.
Somehow I thought so. So got the good leg today. This one is going to be returnable, however, as Kevin Williams starts from the 5. Taken down finally by Corey Raymond.
Look at this one here. This is, you wonder how they keep the footballs warm.
Yeah.
That's a football warmer.
How come they only got one in there?
because that's probably the kicker. The punter probably has that to keep him warm, you know, so when he's going to warm up in the net.
I thought maybe he was going to hatch or something.
No, that's something a kicker would do. He would keep the ball that he's going to practice punting or kicking in. He would keep that in the ball warmer.
It's almost done. Aikman, screen pass out to Darrell Johnston. Out of bounds after a pickup of 8, perhaps. Michael Brooks.
Yep, the old Moose, he gets that ball, and wherever he goes, he gets that Moose chant. Of course, he's from New York State.
Yeah.
He went to Syracuse, so this is kind of a home state. I know they play in New Jersey and all that stuff, but I mean, this is kind of a home area for him. But still, the Giant players don't like it.
Well, they probably don't like the Moose. 2nd and 2.
Or any Cowboy.
Yeah. That's Harper in motion. The handoff is to Blair Thomas. Thomas picked his way and found a hole and got into Giant territory. Stopped by Brooks.
Blair Thomas is probably thinking, what a deal. This is, you know, you're a free agent. You're cut free, and you get picked up, and you get to come to the 2-time world champion Cowboys. And you get an offensive line like the Cowboys have. And Emmitt Smith isn't playing, so you get an opportunity to carry the ball, and pretty good deal.
Novacek on the move. Aikman retreats. Novacek to the 45. You know, that Larry Allen is playing extremely well. But that offensive line misses Eric Williams.
Yeah, Eric Williams was the best offensive lineman in all of football. And when he had his accident and was out for the season, I think Larry Allen, as a rookie, has come in and played very well.
He really has.
But I think when you take the best player in all of football in a group off your team, it's going to hurt your team. And I think Eric Williams' loss has hurt this team.
Blitz coming. Aikman gets rid of it. Michael Irvin gets the first down to about the Giant 27. Booty on the stop. Now, Michael Irvin has been hurting.
Yeah, and he shouldn't be out there. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I know that he says if Troy's going to throw it, I'm going to go. And you're going to see the blitz here, and he's going to throw it out to Michael Irvin. But he has a torn quadricep. A good block there by Darrell Johnson picking up that blitz. Troy Aikman got rid of the ball. But watch Michael Irvin. When he catches this thing, I mean, he just can't move. He just can't run like Michael Irvin, and he's a target out there.
He's a tough guy, but
maybe he's too tough.
Rest is going to get him well. That's Blair Thomas. Flag on the play. Blair Thomas running hard.
Well, Nate Newton said that's what he was going to tell him to do, is to run hard.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Number 61 of the offense.
Penalty against Nate Newton.
Well, Nate was telling him to run hard, then he gets that penalty against him. But the penalty is, you're going to see Nate Newton. He's right here, right behind that, right in front of that motion guy. You see him here. He just takes that right hand, and you see the right hand go right up to the face mask.
Yep.
Of Eric Howard. That's what it was.
1st and 20.
Tell you what, it was a pretty good punch, though, by Nate. I mean, that right hand went up there, and that jolted Eric Howard's head back.
That's the first penalty of the game. This is rare these days. Here's Aikman. Pass caught by Michael Irvin again. Look how slowly and gingerly he gets up.
As you say, the only thing that's going to help that is rest. And you know, he just can't get it. I mean, maybe this bye week he's going to get 1 week of rest. But the interesting thing is that he doesn't wear any thigh pads or knee pads. And you know, I guess he says that it's not a bruise type of thing. It's a tear, and a pad wouldn't help it anyway.
2nd and 12. Giants showing blitz. And they jump. Aikman goes through with it. Throws in the direction of Harper. Aikman is hit by Michael Strahan.
And this was the thing that Dan Reeves was saying he was worried about. as he says, is this count? Strahan's going to come from Aikman's left side and hit him just as he throws the ball. But Dan Reeves is saying that Aikman is the best in the game at drawing you off sides.
And they've constantly warned him and warned him. Maybe that's not just more than a warning.
And that's why Dan Reeves had his headset on.
Yeah.
Anytime you're going to yell, if you're a coach and you're wearing a headset, anytime you're going to yell at someone, you take your headset off so you don't yell into that microphone.
2nd and 7. Blair Thomas deep. Emmitt Smith not even active. Thomas to the 20. Stopped by Bailey.
But the thing that shows what a field general Troy Aikman is, and Bob Greasy used to do this, I used to think he was the master, is he does it after you get a penalty. In other words, Nate Newton got the penalty, 10-yard penalty. So Troy Aikman figures, I just lost 10 yards. I want to get some of it back. He gives the hard count. Boom, he gets 5 yards of that penalty right back.
Makes it 3rd and 3, and Kevin Williams split wide to the left. Harper is right. Kevin Williams in the backfield. Aikman has to take off with it at the last minute. Put his head down and gained some yards, but not enough for a first.
Yeah, and you see Eric Howard could have really finished him off there. In fact, he kind of does. Eric Howard's really playing a lot better this year, or at the end of this year. Watch number 74. He gets double teamed, gets pushed there. There's a little hole. Now watch him come across right there and finish Troy Aikman off. He kind of knocked him sideways.
Bonio from 37 to try to make it 10-6. Same distance as his first. But that one hit the upright and is no good. The first one shaved the upright and came in. That one didn't.
When you can trust something and know it'll come through for you, that's everything. One of the things we focused on with the new DeVille Concord was making it reliable. We designed the North Star system so that if it ever lost all of its engine coolant, you'd still be able to drive a DeVille Concord up to 50 miles to safety, even in desert heat. You may never need it, but it'll be there for you. There's a car company that cares enough to give you this kind of dependability. That's my company, Cadillac.
Joe. Oh, this guy amazing. Chump, man. I can take this guy with one hand tied behind my back. Go for it.
Miller Lite presents Hurricane Hughes versus...
What's your name? Joe, but I'm still tricking you.
Miller Lite! You can expect great things with a great taste that's never watered down.
Guys, bullfighting. Yeah.
Miller Lite. Can your beer do this?
We asked some of the hottest guys in town to trade their deodorant for Degree deodorant.
I'll give it a shot.
As your body heat rises, only Degree releases extra protection against odor.
It does work. Better than many trades I've made.
Degree deodorant for a higher degree of protection.
Dependability is why Interstate's the #1 replacement battery. We sell them in virtually every county in America at 200,000 businesses, just like this. And this one. Call 1-800-CRANK-IT for the Interstate dealer nearest you.
This Tuesday night on Fox, the Turtles are back in another bodacious, action-packed, totally outrageous adventure for the whole family. So grab a pizza and get ready for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2, The Secret of the Ooze, Tuesday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Pat, you want to see why Santa Claus is Santa Claus? If you just look right here, here's Santa Claus right here, and he's signaling both hands touchdown. Or field goal good or whatever. I mean, like good. Goal is good. Things outside. That's why Santa, he's not an official. Santa, he just sits there and puts both hands
Everything
up.
is good.
He doesn't care. Yeah. On Christmas Eve, everything's good. That's right. Everyone's good. Everything's good. Shake hands. What the heck? Kick a field goal. It goes left. But that one in the middle, that's the real Santa. For any kids that are confused, the one in the middle was a real Santa, the one that said the field goals was good and it wasn't. Right. He doesn't care. He's going to take care of everyone.
Callaway in motion. Hampton with the ball. Outside the 30, about the 32. Pickup of 4-5. Robert Jones made the stop. 6:41.
And the Giants are playing Giant football. I mean, they, type of thing they do, get a turnover, play defense, get a running game going, hit a big play on a cross to a Mike Sherrard. Just all those things. They're not the best players, but they're a well-coached group that when they get playing their type of football can do well.
They just sort of stay close. When the game's over, they're ahead by 3 or 4. And they jump off sides. The Cowboy defense, I believe, although they're applauding right now. So maybe one of the Giant offensive linemen moved. Here's Rodney Peete loosening up over on the Dallas sideline.
False start.
False start.
72 of the offense.
Doug Riesenberg.
It's still second down.
The Aflac trivia question this week: is the pylon down on the goal line inbounds or is it out of bounds? The pylon. Wait with bated breath and we'll have the answer in a moment. 2nd and 11. Chased by Leon Lett is Dave Brown. Lett and Maryland congratulate.
Yeah, Lett looked like Big Cat then. That's his nickname, Big Cat Leon Lett.
He's big.
Playing like one of the best defensive tackles in this game. And you're just going to see him right here. Left-handed stance. He starts on a stunt. See, Haley goes to the inside and Lett loops around him. That's called an ET. End first, tackle second. End goes under, tackle loops around. Haley be in the end, Lett be in the tackle.
In spite of how far Haley had to go, he was the second guy. He almost got there at the same time as Lett. Here's Brown rolling to his left. And he's going to take off. Step out of bounds. Knocked out by Darren Smith. Right now, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio.
All right, Pat, Arizona coach Buddy Ryan will take points offensively any way he can get them, including a bank shot. A 22-yarder by Greg Davis. Cardinals finally on the board late in the second. Back to New York. Pat and John.
On 4th down, Horan back to punt and Kevin Williams deep for Dallas. Trying to set up a return this time. Horan's punt chases Williams back to his own 16 where he bobbles. He's got it under control. And Williams is swarmed down at about the 16-yard line. 4:49 left to play in the first half, and it's Giants 10, Dallas 3.